Hi, happy January 1st. Welcome to 2026. I am going to, for my first project of the year, make a shirt. And I'm freezing, so I'm going to make a long sleeve shirt. And it's going to say, progress is growth. So my word of the year is growth because it's time for us to grow as a business, as a person, and just become better people all around. So my word of the year is growth, and I'm excited to see the goals and everything that we can accomplish that goes from here. So I have this pulled up. I am going to find a vinyl, an HTV that I like. My shirt is gray, so I haven't quite figured out which color I'm going to put on it yet, but I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut it out. And stay tuned, and I will show a little snippet of the cutting process, and then I have to weed it. So be right back. Okay, back. I've got my strong grip cutting mat because I want it to stick really good. I am going to do blue, non-glitter, because apparently I don't have any glitter blue HTV. And I'm going to hope this works because it's really old. We're going to try it. So it goes shiny side down, and I've pulled the covering off, and I'm just going to lay it down. And it did have some glitter stuck to it, so I tried to clear that off. I don't know what's going to happen. I had a roller thing. I don't know where it is. There it is. I have a brayer. So this, you just roll it on to get it nice and firmed down. And it kind of makes it, you hear it popping all the bubbles out. So it's on nice and square. And my design is 12 by like 6. So as long as it's big enough to cut on that, and you're going to cut it in reverse. Make sure when you're cutting HTV, it is cut in reverse. Or it's going to be mirrored when you put it on. So stay tuned. The next step is the cutting. All right, next step, we're gonna load it on my Cameo. This is one I use. This one is Stevens. I use this one for paper, but this one I use for vinyl. So I line up this stuff. I've already made sure it's on, and I'm going to push the button. Now, I always like to check the blade. So I pull my blade out, and so you can see it's got some stuff on it, and I just clean it off. Make sure there's nothing that's going to interfere. That would have been a really crappy cut. I probably need to change my blade soon, but I just pull out all the stuff. So it goes there, and I'm going to turn my light on and see it, just to give it a little bit extra. Not that that really does a whole lot, but all right, so it is there. I'm going to come over here to my Cameo and push send, and I'm going to change it to it gives you some basic settings, but I often change them to get the settings that I want. So I have changed this, and I'm going to send. It says, do you want to mirror it? And yes, I want to send mirrored. And it's going to do its thing and hopefully cut. So the last step that we got to do for our shirt is put it on the shirt. So I have my, let's see, gray shirt right here. It is a long sleeve Gildan brand shirt. I have this little template tool. It helps, but I don't love this one. I'm kind of going to look for hopefully something a little bit better. And then my heat press is over here, heating up, and it goes to about 310 degrees Celsius. No, 210 degrees Celsius, I think is what it goes to. No, 310 Fahrenheit, I think is what I do. I don't know. Whatever I have it set at, it's pretty much what I leave it at. So what I'm going to do is, here, I have this set up, and I'm going to center my little template, and then I'm going to bring it down to the neckline, because you like it about 3 inches down. And then this is not sticky. Normally they are sticky, but this one was never sticky. So I'm going to probably pin it or tape it. And so I want, you can kind of fold it to find the center. And I want to line my center up. That seems kind of low. I think I'm going to put the letters like that. I think I like that. So some of it's kind of just playing with it and putting it where you think best. I'm going to take a little bit of this tape and just tape it on, and then I'll pull it off before I press it. But it's still warming up. It's at 160 degrees. And oftentimes what I like to do is I like to hold it up and see what it looks like. Make sure I like it. So this is the carrier sheet. It will get pressed into, and then this sheet comes off, and then I always do a press. And I'll show you my heat press in just a second. Okay, so this is what I like to do. It's taped on, and I just hold it up and see if I like the placement. And I think I do. I think I like that one. So now it is ready. Okay, so the heat press is right here. And this, okay, this is the hot part, so you do not touch that. It even says, caution, hot surfaces. But what I have done is I use magnets and hold on my Teflon sheets so I don't have to keep fighting with them, because it's a pain, one, to remember them. And I'm forgetful, so I don't remember things. And two, it just keeps it nice and snug. And I use this heat press for so much stuff. I use it for interfacing a lot. That's mostly what it's used for. And this, I have had this one probably 12 years. Knock on wood, it's still going strong. I would like to upgrade to one that has like a pull out, just to easier so I don't burn myself, because it is hot. So, okay, I'm going to pause and then come back when it is hot so that we can actually press it on. Okay, it is almost up to temperature, and I have just slid the shirt over and put it on. I need to take the tape off. So I'm holding it still so that it doesn't move anywhere, because I don't want it to move. So some of the HTV is sticky, and it will really just stick there. Feels good. I'm cold. It's at 307 degrees Fahrenheit right now. My dog does not like the heat press being used for some reason. I don't know why. I did have to install a additional circuit in this room for that could handle the heat press and the iron, because apparently the newer house, our house is 10 years old now, but they can't handle an iron or a heat press on the circuit. And so we had to have a special one put in. It's a 20 amp circuit up here now. And knock on wood, I've not had any problems. Okay, so I'm at 310 degrees, and I think it's going to go up to 320, but I'm impatient, and so I'm going to go ahead and do the first press. I normally do 2 presses. I do it to get it on, and then I do a final press. Sometimes I will do a third, but let's go ahead. And it's set at 20 seconds, and I normally pop it at about 15 to 17. The beeping is what really annoys my dog, so I try to get it before it beeps. The pressure is what is super important with this. So I'm going to pop it up. It's really hot. Be careful touching it. Some of them are cold peel, some of them are hot peel. I actually don't know what this one is. This was in a pack, and I'm not sure this is going to actually work. So this might be doesn't work. We're going to try it again. Maybe it's cold peel. Maybe it's just too old. It's sticking to the carrier sheet, that's for sure. There we go. I just didn't want to. Well, it might have a little bit of issues. Let's press it again. It's actually sticking to the carrier sheet more than it was before, but this is why I like to show the works and what doesn't work. So I definitely feel like it is going to be more of a cold peel. I think it needs to cool. But where I peeled it looks pretty good. I'm gonna pull it away from there for a minute and bring it over here. So here's what it looks like at this point. I don't like to put them hot on my cutting mat because it will warp this. So it had actually cooled a little bit. So it's quite cool now. We're going to see if we can. All right, it's just not wanting to release. Like once it releases, I think it's okay. I will be throwing out the rest of this. There we go. Okay. Maybe it legit is just cold peel and I was not being patient enough. Because it's coming off now. See? Normally it comes off easier than this. So this is definitely not a kind I would use. I'm going to stick with the kind that I like or that I know works. But, I mean, it's... So, what I'm going to do now, is that kind of still sticky, it's weird, is going to put it back over here and give it another press. Okay. glad this was a shirt that I already had and I did not buy it. Because, so, the Teflon sheet's there, so it's going to protect it. We're going to press it again. And really get it kind of melted in there. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. But there's what it looks like. It actually looks really good. So sometimes they don't start out looking like they're going to work great. But I don't think I will use that vinyl again. I think I'm going to get rid of it. But there's my shirt. Hopefully it works good and lasts a decent amount of time. So stay tuned for our next project. Not sure what it's going to be yet. I need to recover the ironing table, so that's going to be one of the projects. One of the tutorials. It's super simple. Just need to do it. So progress is growth. Word of the year is growth. We're always growing. We're really growing this year. Stay tuned.